I like to use the word navigate. How do we navigate through these waters? We make this consequential thinking skill a practice and a priority. The priority is simply placing enough value on it that you will do it. What about the practice? That's what I want to talk to you about next. Different people may approach it differently, but still get good results. So I'm going to share with you the process that I use when I practice consequential thinking. Number one, determine how important the choice is that I need to make. If it rises to a certain level, then I will invest in consequential thinking. That level may be different for different people. You're the best person to determine what that level is for you. If it's one thing where I'm stopping to grab something to eat, I don't put a lot of consequential thinking. I go to a place that I know I enjoy something. To me, that's not a decision that I rise to the level of consequential thinking. It only rises to that level if I'm asking my wife out on a date and we're talking about which restaurant to go to. Talk about consequential thinking. There's a lot of that's going on in that process. Number two, the next step. I then look at who and what will be impacted by my choice. These are really two different questions, and they're both important. When I have this in mind, now I can move to the next step. So I've done number one, which is what level of importance does it rise to? If it rises to a certain level, then I will practice my consequential thinking. Number two, who will it impact and what will it impact? Number three, then I start to create options. Options provide flexibility. It's a process of divergent thinking. This keeps me from simply relying on what I've done in the past, which may or may not be a good choice. Then I move to the next step. I set a minimum of coming up with at least 3 different options. This ensures that I am truly practicing consequential thinking, not just checking a box to say I've done it. It would be easy, and our brains love easy, to fall into that autopilot and say, okay, I thought about it. Okay, I picked a couple of things, and no, I'm going with the one I always go with. If it's an important enough decision, then I'm going to take the time to go through this process, and I'm going to come up with at least 3 viable options. The next step. Now I consider the potential consequences of each option if I were to choose it. This is where I consider who and what it will impact, and that's another important part of this. Who is it going to impact? What is it going to impact? And then I need to balance those to come up with a really good idea of what's the best possible decision or choice that I can make. And the last step then, after I've reflected on each of the options and the potential consequences, I make the best choice based on my process. This may seem like a lot of work. In reality, especially after you practiced it some, it only takes a little bit of time to work through this process, but the benefits of doing it are definitely worth it. So what else can you get out of a practice like this? It ensures, first, that you're taking a thoughtful approach to making decisions. It reduces the possibility that you're going to make a rash decision or you're going to react in a way that you're going to regret later. And we've all been there. This is the way I practice consequential thinking. You may find something different works better for you, and that's great. The point of all of this is find a practice that does work for you. Okay, let's take this back to the EQ skill of consequential thinking. It's a foundational skill. Many of the other EQ skills would not be nearly as effective without the ability to consider how our choices impact ourselves and other people. In many ways, consequential thinking is an important element in practicing and growing our overall emotional intelligence. It's a critical component of being intentional. Intentionality puts us in the right lane so that we can get where we want to go better and faster, and we're not detouring a lot. That's one way to look at it. Consequential thinking, as it relates to overall emotional intelligence, it's just a foundational skill. Being more intentional in our choices instead of simply reacting is going to give us better outcomes in the long run. It facilitates changing patterns if we want to. It allows us to practice empathy at higher levels. And it also helps us to stay true to ourselves, our purpose, and our values. Consequential thinking is one of those skills that improves more as we practice it more. This one especially, it is a perishable skill. If we do not practice it for a period of time, we lose competency in this skill. Question: if you could make better decisions more often, what would that do for you? I know this skill has helped me immensely. It's important to me to ensure that my decisions impact others in as positive a way as possible. That's a real important thing to me. That makes me take the time to be more thoughtful, be more intentional, and then continue to practice consequential thinking. It truly is a practice, maybe a set of practices or a process like I've given you. I want to leave you with a challenge. Think of an important decision you have to make in the near future. Using the process that I shared with you earlier in the way that I practice consequential thinking, I want you to apply that process to the decision that you need to make. After you do that, after you apply that process, I want you to ask a few simple questions. Did anything change for you? Did you come up with an option you had not previously considered? Did the process bring additional clarity? This EQ skill, like many of the others, is something that will benefit you for the rest of your life. I encourage you to try this out.